My actual eyesight is there. The high drive, deep center. Go, go, go! We're out of here! We're out of here! Say ya, playa!
Just like they drew it up in Hollywood, Caladros, the 3-2, swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! And this is it for good! The Audubon Green Wave are back in the Final Four! A dog pile on their side!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DW Broadcasting's coverage of men's varsity.
From our entire crew, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks. St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee. A bit of a truncated start because there was no ceremonial introductions, but that's just the way we like it. Fast and quick. Henry Radbill, the lefty, getting the start for the Cherokee Chiefs as they look to knock off the St. Peter's Prep Pirates here in Game 3 of 4 of this Thank You Classic from Saturday. It's our final game at Joe Barth Field today. We've got 2 more games tomorrow between Toms River East and Bayonne, and then Pope John versus Donovan Catholic at 4:30. That will wrap up our weekend. But we are in Game 5 of 8 this weekend as Henry Radbill gets the start as Jason Brown lines him up at short. Brett Gable to the DH spot. That's first 3. Let's take a look, by the way, at that St. Peter's Prep starting lineup presented by Tommy D's Home Improvement as we get set to go here for the Marauders. Getting started for Pat Laguerre's Marauders will be the shortstop Chasen Kirk. He'll be followed up by the third baseman Joe Haynes Jr. and then the catcher behind the plate, Justin Navarro. The first baseman, number 24, Gianluca Logan, is the cleanup hitter, followed up by David Talarita at the DH in the 5 spot. Number 13, Andrew Breihoff, is the third baseman, and then in left field, number 27, Tiago Enright for St. Peter's, and then your final 8 and 9 in right field, Zach Schneider, and in center, number 15, Ryan Migueli. Henry Radbill, the lefty. We've seen him a couple times this year, and this is our first time seeing him start for the Chiefs as the first pitch here in Game 3 is a strike. And after an electric crowd in Game 2 with Red Bank Catholic and Gloucester Catholic, I think the attendance dropped for this game by about 75%. Here's the pitch. This one's a line drive, foul down the right field line. Quickly 0-2. Radbill, the 6-foot sophomore, 5 scoreless innings this year, a 1.6 ERA last year across 30 2/3 innings. And this one's grounded right to the sophomore. Radbill grabs it and lollipops it to first. 1 away. We are underway here in Brookline. Now here's the number 2 hitter for St. Peter's. This will be Joe Haynes Jr. getting the at-bat here for the Marauders as they get started with a ground out to start the first. First pitch from the southpaw. This is outside, 1-0. The impressive part of this Thank You Classic event has been that all games have had 3 umpire crews, something that is pretty rare at the Jersey High School level with the shortage of officials. They have been able to put together a full crew for all games in this event, which big shout out to Bill Gore for organizing this event and having me out there to cover this 8-game weekend. I mean, obviously there's a lot of games going on across all of South Jersey. Clearview, Collingswood at Elk Township along with Audubon RV. We'll get you a score update on that as soon as possible. And a line shot hits off the abdomen of Della Vecchia, and he recovers to get the out. 2 away. And here's the catcher, Justin Navarro. There's a strike to Navarro. 0-1. The first 3 for Cherokee in the bottom of the first. Actually, hold that thought. That's a base hit in the center field. Justin Navarro racing around first as the ball comes to a screeching halt in center. And the Marauders have their first hit of the night. A 2-out single by Justin Navarro, the number 3 hitter. This brings up their cleanup man, number 24, Gianluca Logan. First 3 for Cherokee in the bottom of the first will be Jason Brown, the shortstop, and then the 2 Bretts. Brett Gable, the DH, and Brett Chizier, the third baseman, batting third. Chiesa, huh? Well, nobody said that to me in the 9-inning game we had on last Saturday. Followed up by the right fielder, Jordan Henriquez in the 4th spot. A throw back to first. They got him fooled. Now they've got him in a pickle. Bread and butter. They've got him tracked down, and he's out. You couldn't run forever. Justin Navarro tagged out between first and second, and that takes care of business. St. Peter's Prep leaves that runner stranded halfway between first and second. The orange and white Chiefs grab a bat in the bottom of the first. No score. Bottom of the first inning, Eldon Lempa, the right-hander for the Marauders, gets to start here for St. Peter's. Lempo in 7 1/3 innings as this one popped up. Career 3.50 ERA across 2 seasons, 10 2/3 last year, 7 1/3 this year. 26 career strikeouts. Here's your Cherokee starting lineup, brought to you by Tommy D's Home Improvement. Your first 3, Jason Brown, the shortstop, Brett Gable, the DH, and Brett Chizier, the third baseman. Jordan Henriquez is the right fielder batting cleanup. Cameron Delavecchia, the first baseman, batting 5th. And then Brett Jackson at the 6th spot at second. Cameron Radimer behind the plate batting 7th. And Nate Linden in left. Cooper Birdie in center field, rounding out the order for the Chiefs. Lempa delivers high. One and 2 the count. It's Jason Brown. So those 2 games at Elk Township are done for. Rancocas Valley just defeated Audubon 14-4. Chris, do we know if that was a mercy rule or if it was a full 7 innings?
Just as final.
Just as final. Fair enough. And Clearview lost to Collingswood 8-6. When we have an update on the Bishop Eustis Archbishop Spalding game between Eustis, one of the top teams in South Jersey, and the #1 ranked team in the state of Maryland, we'll have an update on that as well. That game is being played at Bishop Eustis's field. The only game being played there. I remember 2 years ago, by the way, strikeout to Brown, one away. I remember it was kind of weird because it was the Thank You Classic, but there were so many games going on at so many different places that it was really discombobulated. So I give big props to Bill Gore for putting this all together and finding fields to hold these games at and be consistent about it. So the fact that he's been able to lock this down and have some great venues as well, like Belmar Rec. In about 45 minutes at Belmar Rec, that first game will start out of 2 between the Heightstown Rams and the Sterling Silver Knights, and then we'll be back for the nightcap between Delsey and Notre Dame. That one's high and away to Gable.
It used to be the whole state. They cut it down.
Like 2 years ago, we covered a no-hitter for Jason Stockland, who was a freshman left-handed pitcher for Audubon, as that's ball 4 to Gable. Cherokee puts a runner on first with 1 away, and we covered that game. Audubon beat Washington Township 10-0 in 5 innings. Stockland threw a no-hitter, but it was a part of the Thank You Classic. It was only at Audubon, though, and it wasn't a game that was to be held, let's just say, it wasn't a game that was going to be held at a neutral site. And Bill actually lost out on a venue just a couple weeks before the tournament was about to start. There were going to be some games at Walt McCorsky Field in Pennsauken, where King's Christian plays. King's Christian ended up playing here instead in game 1, a game that Gloucester won 10-2 in 7 innings. Gable leading off of first, he dives back and he didn't even have a throw. So quick reaction time there from Gable, the DH. By the way, for our good friends at Rutgers Camden, they were down 8-1 in the bottom of the 9th and won 9-8. A walk-off by Augie Uzdanovic, a 100-hit club member for Rutgers. I know the NJACs have been a hot topic right now with the fact that they are in full swing and playoff seeding is just about a week away. Here's the pitch. Tapped in front of the hill. Lempa gathers, throws to first, and Gable advances, but Brett is out. 2 down. On a 1-3 fielder's choice, this brings up Jordan Henriquez, the right fielder. Despite the fact that powerhouses like Red Bank Catholic and Gloucester Catholic played today, only 1 home run was hit in this Thank You Classic so far, and that was a 2-run shot by none other than Seth McCormick. Hit it off the church in left field for Gloucester as they cruised to a 10-2 win. Here's the pitch. Inside to Henriquez, 1-0. So I'm surprised with all the people that have, light tower power. I understand hitting it out to center field is not an option, but I'm surprised enough guys didn't hook one down the line earlier in the game. Appeal to first, says he went. 1-1. St. Peter's Prep this year 4-6 in the Hudson County League, but do not count them out because of that record alone. They've played some of the best teams in all of New Jersey, and they have played them well. They dropped 2 of 3 to 2 schools from Missouri and one from Wisconsin. They beat Marquette University High School. And that's going to be a base hit in the left by Henriquez. That ball gets under the left fielder's glove. It rolls all the way into the grass. Scoring is Gable. Henriquez pumps on the brakes. He dives back to second, and he is safe. RBI double Jordan Henriquez, 1-0 Chiefs. So Jordan Henriquez drives one home, and here's the first baseman, Cameron Della Vecchia. St. Peter's Prep opened up the season back stateside with a 9-3 win over Memorial. They lost to Don Bosco 5-0, which is unsurprisingly 9-1. Hudson Catholic 11-4. Pope John, they lost 2-1. That's the team we're covering on Sunday. And another team we're covering on Sunday, Bayonne, at Veterans Stadium. They won that game 3-2 over the Bees. They lost 11-4 to Union City, also a 7-2 team, and 9-8, not in walk-off fashion, but pretty close to it, to St. Joe's Montvale on Thursday. And they have actually kept it really light on the scheduling this year. I mean, last year they had an impressive record, to say the least. They were 17-11 and started out the year 4-0 with 3 different winning streaks of 3 games or more, and they made it all the way to the final and won the Hudson County tournament over Bayonne. And they took care of everybody in their path. Hudson Catholic, Ferris, and Bayonne. That one goes down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Della Vecchia brings in a run, and in fact, he's going to bring in another. 2-0 Cherokee. Henriquez scores on the RBI single by Della Vecchia. And St. Peter's Prep in early trouble here. Wouldn't want to have driven down 2 hours for a result like this. 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Here's Brett Jackson, the second baseman here for Cherokee. The lefty digs in, first pitch low, 1-0. They beat Dwight Englewood 3-2 in the North Jersey non-public A bracket, lost to Bergen Catholic 5-2 in the quarterfinals. But after having played a grand total of 28 games last year, with a 17-11 record, they only have 8 games left scheduled. Now, they have played 10 already, and they're playing their 11th right now. So they have really taken a cutback on how many games they're scheduling, because they've only got 8 more left, which would give them a grand total of 19. Now, of course, that doesn't count playoff games, which is 2, and tournament games, which was 3 for them. So you add on those 5, that brings it to 24, which is a little similar to what they had last year, but still a not insignificant drop-off in how many games you're scheduling per year for St. Peter's. They're 4-6 this year. Like we said, you know, they have kind of been swapping out wins and losses. They haven't really gotten anything together in terms of win streak, but by no means are they a bad team. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Jackson with a high chopper. It's stopped at second base. Now the throw to first is in time, and Jackson is retired. A rare 4-1 ground out takes care of business. But Cherokee puts 2 runs on the board to put St. Peter's in a little trouble early. 2-0 Chiefs. Welcome back to Brooklawn. It's the top of the second inning, and St. Peter's Prep trails Cherokee 2-0 as they grab a bat in the second. With the lefty Henry Radbill on the hill. First pitch. Takes a strike. That's a tapper right back to the mound. And Radbill underhands it to first. Delavecchia takes it in, one away. And Logan is retired. He got to restart his at-bat after the runner was cut down between first and second to end the first. But this time he is officially retired. And here is David Talarita. Talarita, the sophomore, lines it right to second, and Jackson makes the catch. 2 down. Talarita 3 for 12 on the young campaign as the sophomore. And here's Andrew Brehoff. Brehoff, another class of 26 sophomore on a very young St. Peter's team. 120 average, 3 for 25 in his first varsity season. All base hits, 1 RBI, 1 hit by pitch, 4 walks, and 2 stolen bases. Also 2.1 innings on the hill for him this year. Fouled off of the light post. That's a skill shot right there. Hit off of the traffic light. Not off the traffic light, sorry, the lamp, whatever you want to call it. Street lamp, there we go. Couldn't think of the words, but knocked it off of that and went back to the dugout. Fouled back to the right side. This one's going into the street.
15-4.
Ah, okay, so yeah. So the final score was 15-4 RV, not 14-4. So that makes me think it definitely was a 5-inning game. That's going to be an error at short. Jason Brown has some trouble.
We're good.
Apparently Kevin Minnick sticking around for game 2 here. Taking some shots behind home plate.
Get it going.
There he is. Now, Chris, you might know this better than I do, but I do see Kevin wearing a Tennessee hoodie a lot. He is a Maryland Terrapin. Does he know anybody that went to Tennessee? No clue? Just a fan? I feel like every other time I've seen him, he's got a Volunteers hoodie, but who knows? An E6 off the bat of Andrew Brehoff. Brings up Enright. Tiago Enright. 2-0 count, 2 outs. And Cherokee up by 2 here. Enright, the sophomore, swings and misses, 2-1. Small sample size in his first varsity year, but 1 for 7, 2 runs. And his 1 hit was an RBI versus St. Joe's Montvale on Thursday. So that was his first career varsity hit. That was outside. 3-1. Just another out-of-town score update. Pittman beat Woodstown 3-1, and Nottingham beat Delran 5-3 at Arm & Hammer Park in Trenton. I think it's now just called Trenton Thunder Ballpark. It's still Arm & Hammer? I didn't know if they lost their naming rights after the Thunder were no longer a Yankees affiliate, and Radville falls down after delivering the catch and delivers a walk to Enright. So 2 runners on for the Marauders, and they're in business. A couple updates from the Autism Awareness Challenge. St. Thomas Aquinas beat Metuchen 3-2. And South Amboy beat Perth Amboy Magnet 25-5 in 5 innings. Middletown South beat St. John's Vianney 3-2. Del Barton over Bergen Catholic 5-2. Lakeland over Mawa 2-1. Just getting a lot of North Jersey scores, but in a blow for South Jersey, Bridgewater Raritan did beat Egg Harbor Township today 10-3. Schneider, the right fielder, batting here for St. Peter's. And the pitch. There's a strike. Nice breeze coming in here from the outfield. The sun under a little bit of cloud cover, but it's just been a beautiful day. Really, ever since the second game started, it's just been absolutely beautiful all afternoon. That one's outside. St. Peter's had 2 quick outs, but an E6 and a walk put them in business with the tying run in scoring position now. And Radville with a fairly clean bill to start, but not after this. Fly ball down the left field line. It drops. It is a foul. No, it is a fair ball. Nothing was called. And that's going to be an RBI double for Zachary Schneider in the 8th spot of the order, and the Marauders are on the board. It's 2-1. So Nate Linden tried to come down with that one in right and just couldn't hang on to it. And now here's the number 9 hitter, Ryan McQuelly. McQuelly takes a strike, 0-1. That one is down. Runners on second and third for the Marauders. Cherokee will bring up Enriquez, De La Vecchia, and Jackson. Or I'm sorry, in the bottom of the second, they'll bring up Radimer, Linden, and Bertie. Down. So St. Peter's Prep gets a run back on an RBI double. Popped up right field side, going over and out of play on the onto the street branching off of 130. Versus the number 9 hitter for St. Peter's, McQuelly. Radville looks to keep that tying run 90 feet away. That one's fouled back. Skips off of the press box and lands in the street again. If you're just joining us, Cherokee leads St. Peter's Prep. Here in the top of the second inning. Just been a wild day so far. Kings Christian and Gloucester, that was our first game. Had a good start and then just kind of unraveled from there. Still took the full 7 innings to get it done. That one's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. St. Peter's looking to break the stalemate. Cherokee looking to keep themselves ahead with a Marauder arm in the bullpen. That one's outside, ball 4. And just like that, the bases are loaded. After 2 quick, uncontested outs, they get themselves in an immense heap of trouble, bringing the top half of the order back up for Chasen Kirk. He grounded out back to the hill softly his first time. Here's the pitch to Kirk. Radville kicks and delivers. Outside, 1-0. So now Mark Petrogiani is going to come out here and talk to Radville. Don't forget, we've got one more game tonight. Delsea versus Notre Dame in another star-studded showdown here in South Jersey. It's not going to be here, though, because this field doesn't have lights, which, for one of the most prestigious venues in South Jersey, just in terms of how quirky and fun it is, it's a real shame it doesn't have lights just because of the houses around it, and definitely would be an improvement, but nothing you can do about that. Delsea and Notre Dame, that's a 7 o'clock start at Belmar Rec, which can have lights and does have lights. That will be the first time in 305 broadcasts that I will not be on the lead commentary for that game because it's a 4-game weekend. I'm giving my voice a little rest for tomorrow. And Gavin Van Rel will be on that game. I will be on the production. There's a fly ball down the right field line, lands in the street again. 1-1 to Kirk. Bases loaded here for St. Peter's. All 7, 8, 9 hitters in the order. Like we said, they had no problem getting through the middle of the order, but the bottom half has been the one doing the production for Pat Laguerre and the Marauders. Here's the pitch. This one floated out towards center field, going in and making the catch. To retire the side is Cooper Birdie. So St. Peter's Prep scores 1, but gets nothing more. They stranded the bases loaded after 1.5. It's 2-1 Chiefs. Bottom of the second inning. St. Peter's Prep got 1 run back on an RBI. As it'll be Radimer, the right fielder, Linden, and Birdie. The right fielder, left fielder, and center fielder back to back to back. It's 0-2. So Jordan Henriquez, we did just confirm, is the catcher for Cherokee. They had him listed as also a right fielder. They had 2 right fielders in the lineup. And the sad part is that's not even the first time that mistake has been made. But Radimer strikes out, strikeout number 2 for Lempa. So Linden trying to prevent himself from being out number 2 at the bottom of the order. That one's down. Can't remember the last time I saw a lineup where all 3 outfielders were all the way at the bottom. That one hit him. And here's Cooper Birdie at the bottom of the order. So for the lefty Birdie, he hacks a foul ball. Cherokee 21-7 last year, looking to have a similar fate with a 4-1 start. Only have played 5 games so far. That's half of their opponent, St. Peter's Prep. But Birdie, the freshman outfielder, throw back to first, not in time. This is only his 2nd high school varsity game. He appeared on Friday versus Cherry Hill West. Went 0 for 1, but scored a run and got a stolen base. Now here comes, speaking of stolen bases, a throw down to second. He got trapped, and he's out. Kind of got stepped over at second base. And Linden is retired. 2 down. So Birdie's already had a couple of appearances on the mound, 3 innings for him. That was all versus Cherry Hill West, so here we go. Poked foul. Still looking for his first varsity hit as a member of the Chiefs. That's floated into center, and that's the first varsity hit for Cooper Birdie. He puts on the brakes at first, and the freshman has himself number 1. He didn't get to do it down in Marlton, but he did do it in a big opportunity here with a 2-out single. Now bringing the order back to the top for Jason Brown, who struck out his first time. Throw back to first, and Birdie almost got thrown out. 2-0. Jason Brown, the 5'10" junior infielder here for the Chiefs. Career 208 hitter though. A 438 average to start the year. He has definitely turned it around as there's a called strike. 7 for 16. Already has his first varsity home run this year versus Cedar Creek on April 11th. And he's going to try to take Eldon Lempa here and drive in a run for Cherokee. That's a swing and a miss. Didn't get it there. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for Cherokee tonight. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the, in the bottom of the second. Outside. Swing and a miss. Brown down on strikes. Eldon Lempa with 3 strikeouts through 2 innings, and he is rocking and rolling. He leaves the runner on for the Chiefs. After 2 frames, it's 2-1 Cherokee. In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of embarking on a huge step of their young adult lives, all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
All right, after the base hit in the top of the third, Justin Navarro takes, and it's 2-1. Like we said, he had a base hit in the first, but was taken out via a pickle. Swing and a miss. I guess it wasn't 2-1 because that's strike 3. So 1 away. Strikeout number 1 for Henry Radbill, the lefty, in this start. That one's down. Inside to Logan. This environment's gotten a lot more subdued now that Gloucester Catholic's not playing here. You know, Cherokee and St. Peter's, they're not exactly, I don't think either team you could say is right around the corner. There's a strike. You know, Cherokee and Marlton is probably a good 25, 30 minutes away. Maybe 20 on a good day, and then St. Peter's Prep over 2 hours away. Probably why we have a decent amount of viewers on this game, just because we've got some people from North Jersey tuning in and having fun with us. There's a ground ball out to second. Jackson turns 1 on the first. He's got 2. Shows the ball to the ref, and that's the end of the 3rd inning. He gets out of it with a 4-6-3 double play started by Brett Jackson. The middle of the order is left stranded. It's 2-1 2-1 Cherokee rather, going to the bottom of the 3rd. Here from the beautiful Joe Barth Field, bottom of the 3rd inning. After a 4-6-3 double play ended the threat in the top half, Cherokee now bats with Brett Gable. That one gets away, 1-0. Popped up. Actually hit pretty well out to straightaway right. And it's taken in. 1 away. Ball 1 to Brett Kizier. That one's out to right, diving. It hits off the glove. He took a complete wrong turn by Schneider, and right he went to the right, ball sliced to the left, and it ends up a base hit for the 3rd baseman, Brett. This brings up Jordan Henriquez now, the catcher. That'll get away, and Kazaya goes to second base. Henriquez had an RBI double in the bottom of the first inning to give Cherokee a 1-0 lead. That was their first run that got across. Now that's a ground ball. Goes through the 5-hole of the umpire. And Henriquez is out at first, but Brett Kizier moves to third. And there's 2 down after the 4-3 ground out. (1-0) to Della Vecchia. Strike one. There's a big swing and a miss by Della Vecchia. That one skips in. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cherokee's looking to increase their cushion in the middle innings, but they will not do it this time. Ground ball on a high chopper to third, and the side is retired. Della Vecchia grounds out, and that go-ahead run is still trapped at third. Going to the fourth, it is 2-1 Cherokee. Top of the fourth, it's time for DWB Trivia Time. Today's question is, when was the year that the Tampa Bay Devil Rays dropped the Devil part of their name? Was it A, 2019? Hold on here, first pitch. B, 2008, C, 2002, or D, 1999? Answer will be revealed in the bottom of the fourth inning. See, to be honest, I've been using these Trivia Time questions that were used a couple of weeks ago. So even I sometimes, if I don't know the answer right away, I sometimes do look it up. But this time I do know the answer. So we'll have both our producer, Emmett Canary, and our guest, Chris Baker, guessing with us in the bottom of the fourth. Here is Talarita. Ground ball, softly out to third on a couple hops, throw down. Did he get him? Yes, he did. One away. Radbill's been rolling. He gave up that early run in the second, which wasn't even earned because he gave up the error. And now in what's relatively been a mundane and pretty pedestrian game, not to say it's been a bad game, it's just that there hasn't been much going on. Just like that, a lot of soft ground balls, not a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of high-intensity action. But we already got like a weekend's worth of high-intensity action with Red Bank Catholic and Gloucester Catholic that preceded this game. So I can't be too mad at that.
Right now.
A 5-3 and a 1-3 ground out. Bring up Tiago Enright for St. Peter's. As Henry Radbill, only with one strikeout, and actually only 2 hits allowed. I'm sorry, 3 hits allowed through his early stint so far, 3 2/3 innings. Here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon from Joe Barth Field. Here's the pitch, foul back. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for the Chiefs, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cherokee leads the Marauders 2-1. Bottom of the 4th, it's time for DWE Trivia Time. After this pitch, after a relatively quick first few innings, the lefty Jackson takes a first pitch strike. Today's question is, in what year did the Tampa Bay Devil Rays remove the devil part of their name? Was it A, 2019, B, 2008, C, 2002, or D, 1999? Chris Baker, you got a guess for us?
2008.
2008. Emmett, you got a guess?
I was going to say 2008.
All right, well, you two were right. My mom was incorrect. She guessed A, but that is the correct answer, 2008. And a good time for them to change it, too, because in their first year as just the Tampa Bay Rays after a rebrand, they made it to the World Series before losing to the Phillies. Jackson grounds out and falls down the first base line. And he is immediately being attended to by the first base coach. He took a hard fall, took an incredibly hard fall down the first base line. I don't know if he got spiked or what, or I don't know, maybe he tripped over the bag. Head coach Mark Petrigiani coming out here, and Brett Jackson is down after a ground out to second base. There was one away in the 4th. And he went down hard right away. He will get up, and he is limping on that right leg. I'm just trying to look back on my phone to see what happened. Because he tapped it back to the mound. So from what I saw in full time, he either got spiked at first, obviously unintentionally, or he may have tripped over the bag and had an awkward placement because he went down hard. But I would imagine that Jackson, the second baseman, probably will not continue unless he has a miraculous recovery in the next 2 outs. But here's Radimer, the right fielder. He's 0 for 2, or rather 0 for 1. And that one is rocketed foul over the third base side. 0-1. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey, along with toys, cages, accessories, and more. Visit 7 days a week at 226 South White Horse Pike in Audubon, or visit online anytime at exoticpetsnj.com. 1-1. Inside. To Radimer, that one's low. And it's 3-1. Eldon Lempa was 2 runs allowed, including an RBI double by Jordan Henriquez and an RBI single by Della Vecchia in the first. All of their offense has come in the first, except for now. Fly ball center field. Playable, though, in center. Taken in, 1 away. Actually, 2 down, sorry. And here is Nick Linden, the left fielder. Nate Linden was hit by a pitch and nothing else in this one. But Lempa, with only 1 hit allowed since the first, a total of 4 hits allowed and 3 strikeouts, 2 of them coming to the same leadoff hitter, Jason Brown. Don't forget, we've got one more game after this, Delsey versus Notre Dame. Gavin Van Rel's on the call of that one. That one's low. There's a strike. To the number 8 hitter, Nate Linden. That one's inside. And it's ball 4. So Linden takes a 2-out walk, and he puts Cherokee back on base here in the 4th for Cooper Birdie. Here's Cooper Birdie. He got his first varsity base hit in the bottom of the 2nd inning on a single back up the middle in his 2nd career at bat. That one's outside, 1-0. Here's your DWB schedule for this upcoming week, not including Sunday, because those are 2 games. Toms River East versus Bayonne at 2, Pope John versus Donovan Catholic at 4:30. Here's a tapper up the line foul. It's 1-1. Monday will be a Colonial Clash at 4 o'clock between Haddonfield and Audubon. That'll be at the Hank Greenberg Field. April 23rd, we've got JUCO baseball between Bergen Bulldogs and the Camden Cougars. That'll be a fun one for Region 19 play. That one's outside, 2-1. Wednesday will be more Audubon between the Woodstown Wolverines and the Green Wave in out-of-conference play. Thursday will be a doubleheader for JUCO softball between the Camden County Cougars and the Salem Community College Mighty Oaks. There's a ground ball booted at second base. Can he rebound for the throw? It is not in time. A miscue down at second base allows Birdie to get on base for the 2nd time tonight. And here is Jason Brown, who has not had the most favorable night, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Those games are at 3:30 and 5:30 for Salem County. That'll be down at Pennsville Little League right off of exit 2 of 295. Friday the 26th, this has just been added to the calendar. We unfortunately will not be covering Montclair State versus Rutgers Camden. Excuse me. Instead, I will be going down to Margate to cover Paul Six versus Audubon for BFA Sports. We have worked out a deal, and I will be calling that game for my future alma mater, my current high school, down in Linwood at Mainland Regional High School for the Coaches versus Cancer Classic on the 26th. Wanted to give a quick shout out to Doug Stasic for giving me the opportunity. I called the Audubon Spotswood game last year. A fly ball deep out to center field, but playable in center. And it's taken in. Side retired. St. Peter's gets out of the jam with no runs allowed. After 2 quick outs and a base hit, McQuelly gets out of it with a fly ball to center. We go to the 5th. Eldon Lempo with 4 and down by 1. We go to the 5th, 2-1 Cherokee. Tommy D's Home Design Center has opened a second location on Creek Road in Belmar, operating in Philadelphia for over 25 years and now expanding into South Jersey. Tommy D's is the place to go for kitchen cabinets, countertops, and cabinet accessories, heavily discounted compared to big box retailers. Stop in, take a seat, and watch as our experienced kitchen designer makes the kitchen of your dreams right in front of you. Tommy D's is the best in the business for quality kitchen countertops and cabinets that fit all budgets. Call us today at 856-210-9504 or visit the new location in person on the corner of Creek Road and Harding Avenue in Belmar next to the 42 on-ramp. So 2 errors for Cherokee rather, and we're going to have a pitching change. Bases loaded in the top of the 5th. McQuelly got on first with a single, but he's the only one that's got a single. Jason Kirk had an E3, and Zachary Schneider had an E4. So, actually, no, I'm sorry. Radville will stay in the game. So, it just looked at first like they were going to make some adjustments. So, caught my bluff there. Here is Joe Haynes Jr. with the bases loaded, a chance to have a big turnaround here for St. Peter's. Strike 1. Infield playing in here, getting ready for a bases loaded opportunity. Ground ball, Tapper to third. It's picked up and it's foul. High chopper out to short, or rather out to second base. They get 1, throw down, and they only got the 1. So that scores a run. And St. Peter's Prep has tied this game 2-2. And here is Navarro now. Marauders have tied the game at 2-2 in the 5th. Strike 1. High tapper foul. One ball, 2 strikes with 1 away. And the pitch. Outside. That one is outside, and the bases are loaded on ball 4. So Navarro gets a walk from the 3 spot. McQuelly to third. Now Haynes Jr. at second, and Navarro takes up first. And now here's the cleanup man. And it's none other than Gianluca Logan for the Marauders. Bases loaded. And only 1 out in a 2-2 game. Here's the pitch. Comes outside, 1-0. Fouled straight back. 1-1. The first 3 for Cherokee in the bottom of the 5th is going to be Gable, Chizier, and Henriquez. Of course, that's if we get there, but Radbill in a lot of trouble. Cherokee's got a righty warmed up in the pen. Misses. 2-1. And as we wrap up our rest of the preparation for next week, we will be covering the 28th annual Joe Lang Classic. That is a one-day show at Alcyon Park in Pittman. The 4 teams participating this year are Pennsauken, Pittman, Gloucester, and GCIT. That's a ground ball. Nice play. Nice flip. Couldn't get it. Couldn't finish the job. He went a little flashy and instead ended up getting bit. The run scores and St. Peter's Prep takes the lead. It's 3-2. So no outs were recorded. McQuelly scores, and they are leaving Radbill in to face off against Talarita. That one's a liner down the right field corner and foul. So Pennsauken and Pittman is the first game on Saturday. That's 11:30 a.m. and then 1:30 p.m. is the championship game. Now what they're doing, they're playing a regular 4-team tournament, and that's just going to be that we're covering 2 games, not 4. There is a second first-round game that's being played at Joe Lang Field, which is Pittman High School's JV field. They've played a couple varsity games there over the years. It's certainly suitable for varsity games. They just like playing at Alcyon Park since it is so picturesque. But Gloucester and GCIT would be at that second game. And here's the pitch. It's down to Talarita. This inning just will never end. 7th batter of the frame and only 1 out. And the shocking part of it is St. Peter's Prep has only put up in that time span 2 runs, including the go-ahead. Here's the pitch from Radbill. That one misses. 2 strikes against him, though. So he's got something to work with, something to fiddle with, but he's just got a tough situation ahead. From the lefty Radbill to the DH Talarita. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that's he got him. Radbill with a big return to normalcy. There's 2 down. And here is Bryhoff. Hooked down the line, foul. Down the right field corner. I couldn't help laughing at whatever that was. Ground ball. Radbill traps it, and he will get out of the inning. The damage is done. St. Peter's Prep takes the lead, including 2 runs in the top of the 5th. However, that could have been so much worse. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 8 men come to the plate for St. Peter's. It's 3-2. Bottom of the 5th inning. St. Peter's Prep brought 8 batters to the plate in the top half, scored 2, and they now take the lead for the first time tonight. It's 3-2. That one's rocketed out towards right field into the corner, and it's foul. A smart play there in right to hold on to that one. Don't think he would have been able to make the catch. But the first 3 for Cherokee will be 2, 3, and 4. Gable, Kazea, and Henriquez. So as we said on Friday, proud to be partnering with BFA Sports again to cover, to be the play-by-play man for PVI and Audubon as Coach Rich Horan searches for win number 600. As there's a strikeout. 1 away. After today's loss, Horan is still at 597. So the earliest he can get 600 would be that Friday game. They've got Haddonfield on the 22nd, Woodstown on the 24th, and then Paul Sixth on the 26th. So that would be the earliest they could get anything done. That's hit well past the shortstop in the left field. Base hit for Brett Kazea. And number 3 hitter for Cherokee puts himself as the tying run. Swing and a miss by Henriquez. He had a RBI double in the first inning as one of Cherokee's 2 runs that they've scored tonight. They scored both of their runs in the first inning. There's a swing and a miss. Throw down to second. He didn't get him. Throw was a little offline. He pokes this one out towards right. Outfielder was playing shallow. He'll make the catch. And now the throw down the third, not in time. As Schneider made the catch, runner tagged. And now the tying run is 90 feet away. So here's Cameron Delavecchia, the first baseman for Cherokee. Delavecchia 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first as one of Cherokee's 2 runs, and the second of Cherokee's 2 runs, throw back to third. Tough play. They almost got him napping. There's a ground ball out to short. Oh, it's booted. Here comes the throw to first. He slides head first. He's safe. Game tied. Cameron Delavecchia with his second RBI of the night, and it's the one that equalizes this one at 3-3.
Guys, come back. Come back. Come back.
Della Vecchia now 2 for 3. As Lempa in a little bit of trouble here. The game has been knotted up at 3-3. So here is Brett Jackson. Actually, no, this is not Brett Jackson. I apologize. I remember in his second at-bat, he was injured going down the first base line. There's strike one. So if we can get a look at his jersey number, we'll see who the new hitter is for Cherokee. Unfortunately, there's nothing on the front, so it'll be a little hard to tell, but hang with us, folks. There's a ground ball out to second. Throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the sixth, and that is number 1, Ryan Millard, replacing Jackson. St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee are now tied after the base hit by Cameron Della Vecchia. Going to the sixth.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
Top of the sixth inning. St. Peter's Prep and Cherokee now tied at 3-3. First pitch foul, look out in the dugout. That almost took out somebody's shin. But the new pitcher, after Henry Radbill went 5 strong, it's now number 12, Aiden Emmerich. Last time we covered Cherokee, they went 9 innings versus the Lenape Indians. There's a strike. And he closed out the final few frames. Emmerich, the 5'11" junior. That one's fouled back. His first varsity campaign, 3 1/3 innings pitched. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2.10 ERA. This is his 4th appearance of the year. And his 2nd versus a non-Olympic opponent. That one skips away. For the Olympic Conference standings, Cherokee is 3rd in the Olympic American Division. Eastern off to an incredible 10-1 start. And they won again over Shalleck, I believe. 9-2. I saw that. There's a ground ball out to short. Goes right to the abdomen of Brown. Throw to first is in time. 1 away. RV is at 7-2 after beating Audubon today. And actually, I'm sorry, they are 6-2 because that game has been put in. Cherokee 4-1. Cherry Hill East 2-4. And Lenape has only played 4 games this year. And the shocking thing about it all is that their lone win was over Shawnee, that lost only 4 games last year, 22-4 for them. That one's down and inside. So that's the crazy part of it all, is that they lost to Burlington Township, a big upset for them. They lost to RV, and they lost to Cherokee. But the team that they did beat was the best team out of that bunch. But Shawnee is 6-3 this year. They lost 4 games last year under the leadership of Brian Anderson. And now they're already at 3 losses this year. They went 3-0 down in Florida. They beat Bayonne, Cayuga, New York, and Churchville, Chile, New York. I don't think that's a... Okay. It's at Wide World of Sports in Disney. If I went to a Chile high school, man, imagine what the lunches would be like. Maybe you find Jason Kelsey's Super Bowl ring in the tub of chili. Fouled back. Although Skyline Chili is great. It's only good in Cincinnati. Cherokee this year actually lost to Morristown yesterday, 14-10 in 11 innings. Yeah, so that final yesterday, Morristown 14, Shawnee 10. Did I say something different? Oh, I said Cherokee, my bad. For Shawnee. And for Shawnee, I mean, they're not really known for having a vast hitter's park, but they had 4 home runs in that game. Reed Yacello, Danny Scullion, Michael Pearson, and Caden Mayberry all homered. Mark Petrigiani and the other head coach is having a quick discussion here, and the catcher is injured. I think a foul ball might have hit off of his mask or another piece of his equipment. He's laying on his back. So with Schneider at the plate, I'm still checking him out here. I don't know if they have an athletic trainer on site for these games because it is at a neutral site and it's decently far away from the high schools, although we almost needed medical attention for, there was somebody, a young fella a couple innings ago during the break that actually was riding his bike and fell off of it right behind us. So that was a whole ordeal that I kind of had to ignore while I was broadcasting, but looks like the catcher, Enriquez, gets up. Yeah, that always tripped me up because they had 2 right fielders in their starting lineup. So, but yeah, Enriquez is the catcher, Radimer is the right fielder, and it looks like he will remain in the game. But Cherokee's already been punched a couple times. Brett Jackson was taken out of the game as a precaution. Not sure the update on his status. I imagine just whatever it was. I mean, he was able to put weight on one leg. So, you know, maybe it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I'm not sure. Could be a sprain, could be a pull, could be anything. We don't really get a lot of information out here in right center field, so. But Ryan Millard has been the shortstop for the Chiefs since Jackson's injury, or excuse me, the second baseman. Fly ball hit the other way, straight away into the corner for Nate Linden, and he makes the catch over his head. 2 down. And Schneider is retired, and here is McQuelly. McQuelly 1 for 1, a walk and a single to this point tonight. That one's down to the number 9 hitter. But here in the top of the 6th, I mean, this game could get a little funky here if if either team gets themselves in a situation where we could have extra innings, I mean, hey, look, we're no stranger to it. It's the top of the 6th. If you do the math, St. Peter's Prep doesn't score here, somebody's going to win in their last at bat. And that's not something I really had in my bag of tricks tonight, We've had a little bit of everything. We've had home runs, we've had no-hit bids, and we've had games that looked like on paper they were going to be runaways, but now they've been held in check, and it's been really good, a really good battle of north and south. Three balls, no strikes with 2 down to the number 9 hitter, McQuelly. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a foul. Barely got a piece of it. That one's outside, ball 4. So just got an update on that play that Henriquez was injured on and remained in the game. He got hit around the upper thigh where his catcher's equipment didn't reach. And luckily escaped further injury and made it into the game unscathed. 0-1 to the leadoff man, Chasen Kirk. That one's outside. A late throw from Henriquez. The throw down, beat him, not in time. A bang-bang play down at second base and a stolen base from McQuelly as the bag got knocked off of its hinges at second base. And now the leadoff man looking to retake the lead for St. Peter's. There's a ground ball, taking it to first himself and getting the play done is Della Vecchia, and the side is retired. So somebody, in the words of my father, will win in their last at bat. It's 3-3 going to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, crunch time here at Gloucester Catholic's home field. Joe Barth, except Gloucester Catholic has long departed after their 5-2 win over Red Bank Catholic. We have added that game as a certified DWB Classic to our playlist. If you ever have nothing to do, you can always just look back at some of our best broadcasts and the best games across all of our different sports. That list probably has about 20 or 25 games now where classic games going all the way back to 2019 when we first started. The unfortunate news for Cherokee is that it's 7, 8, and 9 for them in the 6th. But the good news is that those have been the most productive offensive hitters tonight. Radimer is 0 for 2, but if you look at St. Peter's, I mean, the bottom of the order has been their X factor tonight. Here's a ground ball to third. The throw is wide. It gets away. Collision down the line. Radimer gets on base on an E5. And that could be the turning point that sends this game into overdrive. And here is Nate Linden, the left fielder. They're actually going to have a pinch runner for Radimer. That is number 10. Oh boy, Steve Barba Giovanni. That's 6 syllables in his last name. Don't think I've ever seen that before. But Barba Giovanni at first base. Now they throw back to first. Barba Giovanni, I'm not even going to try. He dives back in safely. Let's call him Steve. Nate Linden, though, at the dish. He's reached base twice on a hit by pitch and a walk. Still 0 for 0, though. One's down. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Go ahead run for Cherokee on first with Barba Giovanni. The 2-1 to Linden. Popped up back behind the plate, and it goes out of play on top of the batting cage. 2-2. Again, don't forget, we'll be reporting live from Delsea, or actually from Belmar Rec, as Delsea and the Crusaders take on the Notre Dame Irish. Not the ACC Notre Dame Irish, but the New Jersey ones of the Central Valley Conference. 2 20-win teams from last year. They square off, as that's a walk. As this could very well be the end of the road for Eldon Lempa. He has been very strong tonight, 3 runs across 5 innings. But an E5 and a walk might just be the end. It looks like we're going to have a defensive change. And the coach takes the ball from Lempa's hand, and a nice ovation from the Marauders faithful. However, the pitcher who will come on here in the 6th will inherit 2 base runners, including the go-ahead in the bottom of the 6th. We've got a DWB pitching change right here in the bottom of the 6th, 3-3. Cherokee and the Marauders are all tied up. We'll be right back after this. So this is a Group 1 move right here. We're moving the center fielder to the mound in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 runners on. Ryan McQuelly, the senior lefty, he takes the hill in the bottom of the 6th with the go-ahead runs up, and a bunt gets pulled back at the last second. Gianluca Logan ran all the way up the first base line and ends up staying there. Throw back to second, not in time. Number 28, David Talarita, or actually no, I'm sorry, that's number 22, Derek Barber, moves into center field. Another throw to second, not in time. They will do anything and go to all lengths to make this happen and to get Cherokee out of it. One away after a line out. So Birdie is retired, and now it goes up to Jason Brown. He's been looking for a mulligan on this game. Oh for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. There's a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Oh and 2. Versus the lefty, Ryan McQuelly. 5'10", 190 lefty. A career 4.20 ERA, fitting for the date, April 20th, 420. 5 innings pitched across his high school career, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts. And here we go. Throw back to second. Again, they try it. He gets trapped. It's not in time. They call interference on St. Peter's. He trapped the line at second base. And Barbara Giovanni moves to third. That runner automatically gets a free base for that. Obviously a tough situation for everybody, just putting that go-ahead run 90 feet away, not an easy task. That one's down. One ball, 2 strikes. That one's hit down the right field line. It is foul. Jason Brown almost had that mulligan that he has been searching for all night. 2 early strikeouts, a fly out to center, 0 for 3 all told. That one's another line drive. This time it's also foul. And everyone will have to return to sender one more time. Here's the pitch. Brown takes outside. Gets another foul tip. Still 2-2. 1 out. with Steve Barbagiovanni. The go-ahead run for Cherokee. Now they've got him caught up, but they've got that runner coming home. They didn't see him, and he's safe. Cherokee pulls off the trick play. They lead. The runner left first base. The first baseman tried to look down the runner at home, but it was too late. The throw came in behind, and Cherokee scores. On a trick play, it's 4-3. That is excellent execution right there by the Chiefs. They pulled the trick out of their bag of wild cards, and they do it to perfection. It's 4-3. Here's a ground ball out to third. It gets past everyone. Now the shortstop's got it. That throw is late. And talk about the mulligan. It came a little late, but Jason Brown's got the base hit. Birdie at second. Or actually, no, excuse me. Nate Linden at second base. And now one of their assistant coaches is coming out to talk to McQuelly. I mean, like it or not, damage is done. Cherokee's made their mark. They were up early, and everything just kind of stalled out late until now. Things are heating up again. Here we go. That's down. That one's a line drive in the shallow left. It is a sliding catch in left. He makes the catch, and he just doubled him off at second base. Cherokee got the job done, but an asterisk on that is a 7-6 double play. Cherokee just wasn't paying attention, and Linden got bit as a result. We go to the top of the seventh. Cherokee looks to shut the door down south and send the Marauders 2 hours back to Jersey City. They've got 3 outs to do it. It's 4-3. Top of the seventh, Cherokee looking to shut the door. Strike called on the inside corner. After an RBI trick play on the bases in the bottom of the sixth. That one's outside, 1-1. 2, 3, and 4 for the Marauders. Joe Haynes Jr., Justin Navarro, and Gianmarco Logan. Here's the pitch. High chopper, out to third, fair ball. Left field corner. The tying run is on base. He halts the brakes at first. And a base hit for St. Peter's. Puts them back in business with the tying run now and the go-ahead run at the dish. Joe Haynes Jr. now 2 for 4. As Aiden Emmerich in a little bit of trouble here for Justin Navarro. He's 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a strikeout to his record tonight. Emmerich delivers. Fastball pops right out of Henriquez's glove. It's 1-1. No outs after the leadoff base hit by Joe Haynes. To the number 3 man in the order. Here's a ground ball. This could be 2. They're just going to go for 1. Ranging across the diamond, he got him. What a throw by Jason Brown, ranging to his right. He makes the play, 1 down. However, the Marauders' tying run does move into scoring position, and now a bloop single, or even less, could drive him home. Here is Logan. I think in that situation, you always have to think about getting the lead runner, but with the way that ball was ranging, Brown knew he could get that first out, but he probably wasn't confident that he could throw across his body to make that throw at second base, because sometimes that throw ends up going too wide to one side or too wide to another side and ends up really, really messing you up. So instead of getting no outs and moving a runner to third, you just leave that runner be at second base and you get the out available. You get the easiest one available. It doesn't matter if it's the lead runner. I mean, sometimes it matters if you get the lead runner or not. But in this situation, you've got no outs. You know, in the current situation, I mean, this entire analysis in one player's head is happening in a split second. But Emmerich now facing off against Logan. There's a strike. Logan 1 for 3. Or actually, I'm sorry, he's 0 for 3 as he has a fielder's choice, a ground out, and a double play. Good frame by Henriquez. Another one. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Outside corner, didn't get him. 1-2. On deck for the Marauders will be the DH, Talarita. That one misses. As now we've got some, sun went out of the sky real quick. Turned from day to night right away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emmerich in trouble. Line drive, left field. That is a foul ball. Foul ball, foul ball. And he stays alive. By the way, just a quick out-of-town scoreboard update. Seneca beat Washington Township 8-6. And in some North Jersey play, Ridgewood beat Dayton 4-0. That's a fly ball to right. He missteps. He falls down. He falls down. He picks it up. St. Peter's Prep is going to tie the game. An RBI double off the bat of Logan. And Gianluca Logan takes advantage of a tragic error in right field. That's not even an error in the scorecard. That's just an unfortunate mishap. And it's 4-4. They will sub out Logan at second base for number 12, Aiden Webb. And now here is David Talarita. I was going to say, you can't even score that an error because it didn't hit his glove. He just fell down. Gregory Polanco had that happen to him a few years ago as a member of the Pirates. It was like a 10-10 game. He had a fly ball right his way, and then something gave out. He falls down, and the winning run was scored. And that was a very similar situation in this case. That's a swing and a miss. Emmerich still in. From what I can tell, no action in the Cherokee pen yet. They might wait another batter or two to do anything. Here's a shallow fly ball right field, looking for redemption. Down the corner, he makes the catch, making up for it and making up for that heartbreaking mistake and slip up by making the catch of his own in right field. 2 away. You just have to feel so bad for Cam Radimer. And actually, I'm sorry, for Steve Barbagiovanni, who scored the go-ahead run and was the anchor of that trick play and then gives it away all on his own. First pitch strike to Brehoff. Andrew Brehoff, 0 for 3 tonight. An error and 2 ground outs on weak grounders back to the mound. He steps off. The go-ahead run on second for St. Peter's. There's a strike called. Here's this pitch. That one skips away. I thought it hit him in the shoulder, but it just missed him. It did hit off of Henriquez's glove, however, and it is a wild pitch. Runner moves down the third on actually what is a passed ball. Now the go-ahead. Gianluca Logan is at third. That's strike 3. He got him. Side retired. And Cherokee has a chance to win this game outright in 7 innings here at the Thank You Classic. Still got plenty of daylight left, but we've still got work left. It's 4-4 going to the bottom of the 7th. The senior lefty for St. Peter's. Trying to shut it down and send us to extras. Ryan McQuelly. There's a strike to Brett. Why am I blanking here? Chiesa. It just left my mind right away as that one leaves the ballpark. It's foul. That's just not how my brain registers it, but it is Chiesa. Henriquez on deck to be followed up by Cameron Delavecchia. And the pitch, fouled back. 4-4 in the seventh. St. Peter's tied it up on an incredibly unfortunate RBI double. As the Cherokee right fielder lost his footing, that was outside. No arms warming up from what we can tell from either the Marauders or the Chiefs. That one's outside. Two and two with the meat of the order for the Chiefs. 3, 4, and 5. That one's down, and the count is full. This is probably one of the more underrated games that we've covered this weekend. I mean, RBC and GC is always a classic, but that was a 3-run game. We're tied in the final frame, and that is a full pitch walk. After working the count to its last breath, Chiesa gets a leadoff walk for Henriquez. Henriquez 1 for 3. He got Cherokee's first run on an RBI double in the bottom of the first. One of Cherokee's 2 runs they scored that inning. Throw back to first. They almost got him, but no can do. After the RBI double, he had a ground out and a fly out. That one's outside. 1-0. I think St. Peter's Prep might bring out a pitcher and catcher here to the left side bullpen. I just think that would be the responsible thing to do. You can't let this game get away from you because you didn't warm up somebody and you've only thrown 2 pitchers all day. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Just got a piece of it. It's 2-2. Henriquez he's swinging for Westville. Actually, no, that would be a foul ball. Never mind. Inside, no. 3-2. An eruption of emotion from the St. Peter's dugout, but they thought they got it, just missed it. And here's the 3-2 again. Fouled off the netting above the plate. He got him. He finally took care of him, and Henriquez is retired. 1 away. Here's Cameron Delavecchia, the first baseman who has 2 of Cherokee's 4 RBIs. Had an RBI single in the 5th and another one in the 1st. He split that with a ground out, a 5-3. That didn't sound good, whatever I heard. The foul ball. Whatever it hit, as long as it's not my car. The 0-1. That's a line drive down the left field corner. It is a foul ball. And for St. Peter, thank goodness it is, because with how that ball just kind of dies in the outfield, you can't really run up to it. You have to run to it. We've seen that a couple times tonight, and we've seen a couple bases burned because of it. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. St. Peter's and Cherokee tied up at 4-4. Here's the pitch. Poked foul down the right field line and back onto the street. They've got a Marauders player who has been basically all night in a full sprint grabbing those baseballs. He's getting his cardio in. Ground ball foul again off the railing of the third base wall. Still 0-2 to Della Vecchia. I mean, it's a very good possibility we could go to the 8th. Could go even further than that. It wouldn't be good for my scheduling, but we'll see what happens. We're not gonna cut you guys off early, is what we'll say. Della Vecchia with the winning run on first. Outside, no! Didn't get it. And it's 1-2. Cherokee gets a lucky break. That one was close, as close as you can get. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He was early. Della Vecchia down on strikes, and there's 2 down. So here is Ryan Millard. Came in for Brett Jackson after his injury earlier in the game. Two strikeouts in a row for McQuelly. And the first pitch with the winning run on, fouled straight back. It just seems like they're either early or behind versus the lefty, which is not a good thing if you want to end this game in a regulation time frame. Strike again. No balls, 2 strikes. St. Peter's Prep looking to force an 8th inning. They won't do it there. Bender certainly thought it was. He hopped about 3 feet in the air on that one, but the 1-2. Did he make contact? Yes, he did. Didn't hear it too well out here, but he must have just gotten a nick of it. And it's still 0-2. The winning run, that being Brett Kazea on first. Outside. High. Right above the letters. 2-2. 4-4 game in the 7th. Cherokee looking to play hero. St. Peter's Prep looking to shut him down. Runner goes. That is ball 4. Millard fouls enough off to get a walk. And now, might have a pitching change here. Prep did get an arm warmed up in the bullpen as Pat Laguerre comes out. This could be a mound visit. This could be a pitching change. I would imagine that you've got to just put in your emergency arm at this point. I mean, you can trust him to get that one out, but if you do and it fails, then that kind of falls on you. It falls on both the pitcher and the coach, but at the same time, you know, you're the one calling the shots here. Pat Laguerre, obviously a very well-seasoned head coach up north. So he is going to make sure that he keeps his man confident. McQuelly. 2 runners on, thanks to 2 walks. That is sandwiched 2 strikeouts for Cherokee in the bottom of the 7th. Steps off the rubber. To the right fielder. First pitch. Outside, 1-0. To Steve Barbagiovanni. He steps off here. Brett Kazea on second base. That one's outside. With Ryan Millard at first, and actually, no, they did run somebody else for him. That is number 30, Ryan Brucalieri. There's a strike. 2-1. We'll try this again. 2 on, 2 out, foul. 2 strikes against him. And what an unbelievable turn of events this would be if they can get this one down and if they can win this game. Cherokee all standing at the edge of the dugout. St. Peter's Prep looking to send this to an 8th inning. Oh, man. Wow. I have no words. Well, it's 3-2, and if this game ends on a ball strike call, you're going to hear a little bit about it in headlines. Here's the 3-2. No, he steps off. The lefty Linden on deck. And the pitch. Ball 4! Ball 4, bases loaded. That was very close to the same spot that ball 3 was called at, so you got to give him props for being consistent. But here is Nate Linden. I think there were about 2 or 3 calls that could have ended the inning, but the bases are loaded thanks to 3 walks. Linden swings and misses, 0-1. If we advance to the top of the 8th, St. Peter's Prep would have 7, 8, 9, starting with Tiago Enright. Fouled back again, 0-2. Here we go. 4-4, bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, 0-2, 2 outs. Down, 1-2. They're still alive. But this is where we were last time. It was an 0-2 count, and then another ball was called, then another ball, and a foul ball. Everything in the book, everything in the kitchen sink. Let's try this again. That skips away. Here comes the winning run to the plate, and Cherokee wins. Cherokee wins. Walk-off wild pitch. Chiefs win. What a way to end it. A funky game ends in a funky way. Nate Linden was the batter. Brett Kaizea was the runner, and Cherokee wins it 5-4. What a way to win it. So how about that? Cherokee wins 5-4 on a walk-off wild pitch. I thought we were surely going to the 8th with an 0-2 count and the bases loaded. I thought there was no way that 8th man in the order could work another walk, but he didn't have to. He just had to wait for his time, and the walk-off wild pitch is what seals the deal. Cherokee improves to 5-1 on the season. St. Peter's Prep with Pat Laguerre falls to 4-7. That's all for us here in Game 3. Catch us at 7 o'clock between the Delsea Crusaders and the Notre Dame Irish from Belmar Rec under the lights. Thanks to everyone for watching tonight. Our social media coordinator, Anthony DePalma. Our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane. My wonderful producer for coming out for Game 3, Emmett Canary. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you in about 2 hours. Have a good one, folks.